And we should, possibly, remotely, maybe one of these days, be live. Yeah, we're back. For probably the last stream of Koudelka. I'm not going after the gargoyle. I did read up on it a little bit, because I was just making sure there was nothing left on disc 3 for me to get, and I think that's the only thing that's left. If I am reading this correctly. I might not be. But yeah, the gargoyle is how you get that sword, supposedly the best weapon in the game, short of Ogden's staff. We're probably not going to have a long enough playthrough to even get Ogden's staff, because if I remember correctly, that's either 22 hours or 33 hours to get, which is... If you're wondering what I'm talking about with Ogden's, that is the stuff that I was talking about with time-specific things, where you have to save at an hour and 11 with, I think it's 11 items in there, and then you have 2 hours and 22 for the other part of Ogden's. You can get the full Ogden set if you have all these precisely done. Currently, not doing that. I'm just going to play through like I'm just enjoying this. We're currently extremely high level, so we might be able to just muscle our way through it. You know what? We'll give it one try. We will go for the gargoyle one time. Because I'm pretty sure we now have this open. And yes, I can quick load real quick if this... Oh, that's going to start a cutscene, so no, we're not going to start that. That is to the next disc. That is a cutscene in the next disc. We're going to try the gargoyle. We're going to see if we can beat it. If we can, we'll get the sword, and what's-his-face will use it. He's not leveled up on sword because I didn't actually read the guide. I skimmed the guide. I'm playing this essentially without spoiling myself. And generally, if you go and read through an entire guide, you've spoiled yourself on the game, which is not something that is particularly fun whenever you're doing... This one's going to be a nostalgia bait from the perspective of game I wanted to play, but never got the chance to back in the day. Well, that, and it's also sort of a cult classic that... Because I learned about it after learning about Shadow Hearts. For anyone that's curious. So I think this goes back out into that hallway. Vestry first floor. That was the little figurines facing each other. And we should have a ladder down here or a door. This goes off to... We just need to get outside. Which shouldn't be too difficult, because I think this leads us back up into that room, which then leads us to the stairs, which leads us down. Probably going to get at least one bit of combat in there before then. Supposedly, I think level 50-something is where you want to be. So chances are we will lose this. Oh. There you go. But I think we should be okay. To at least try. I don't think we're going to win. I'm under no illusion that we are going to beat the super boss. Because if I remember correctly, he is entirely optional. We've gotten all of the story accessories. That is the most important part. And hopefully the volume is right. I don't know again. I had to reset it because I was actually recording some... well, I'm trying to remember the name of... Not Nordica. Nidica and Nordica just completely merged in my brain there. The tower defense that I was gushing over recently. I just recorded some of that. Let's do some geyser on you. It is Nordholm. There we go. That's the thing I was thinking of. You go ahead and do a... go ahead and go for a flare. For this one, I think we want to actually have both of them in tank mode, both Edward and James, although at this point, Koudelka is the better tank. And no, I don't have the GK sword, because I got rid of it, because I didn't realize that was the thing that I needed. So... Supposedly that stands for a gargoyle killer. I don't know where we would have gotten it. I think we got it and just didn't take it. But it could be just we never got it, possibly. I don't know. But we are getting levels up. Good lord. Let's go ahead and we're going to just dump into Vitality because I know we're going to need that. going to be vitally important. And I will save before the fight, even though it means we're going to have to walk back afterwards, simply because it's going to make life a little bit more interesting. I mean, I think that the spot to him is here. I go up. Optional fight. We'll see if it works out. If it doesn't, it's fine. If the three of us work together. And we already used up our scroll, unfortunately, so can't go that route. Wait a minute. Was that an item there? No. For some reason, I was thinking that was an item. But alas, my ass, it was not. Where is he? There he is. He just ignored us until we walked all the way in. Hi, Gargoyle. How you doing? We want to get Reflect up, so we're going to be dropping Reflect down hard. He's probably going to be, yep, fast and zippy little bastard. So reflect on yourself. Reflect on yourself. We're going to have James go into just stabby mode. Seems like the best of ideas. And then we're going to get the reflect on him after this. So here comes his damage. Probably a crap. Yep, instant kill. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to get our friend up in front. So I might have to send Koudelka up to tank for him. So we can still revive him, that is. There you go. Get up and tank for him. He's going to keep one-shotting James, so I might use Whiskey instead of anything else. But we can actually do damage to him. So now we have Reflect on them, so any spells he casts are just going to be a pain in the ass. So actually, you might stay back. I might have it be Koudelka and him at the front. Nope, 5,500 damage. We don't stand a chance. Especially considering he double attacks. Nope, we really don't stand a chance on that. So, yeah. Supposedly there's a strategy with using a thing called a GK sword, which is the gargoyle killer, and farming up for a bunch of scrolls. That, or going and getting Ogden's staff, which is literally either waiting around or grinding for more than 10 hours from where we're at. So I don't think that's particularly worth it. All for a sword that the staff is actually better than. And yes, by then you'd actually have more than enough life to survive any of those attacks. So I don't know what to tell you. It's just not worth it. I acknowledge that it's there. I don't care that it's there. If you want to gather it, all the more power to you. There are people that 100% this game rather regularly. I think we're probably going to end up with, like, I want to say maybe 85-95% of the game done. So it's not like we're terribly short on resources here. And I think we can handle the rest of the normal game just fine. Because that is an optional freaking boss. Do you like optional freaking bosses? Okay, so Vestry first floor. We're going to save there. There we go. And go get our cutscene. And yes, cutscenes take a moment to load because it emulates the spinning of the disc. I have it set up for that, so I have more accurate representation.
This must be the temple.
There's no way! If I put a bullet through it, it wouldn't budge. What are we gonna do?
How ironic to have made it this far and not have access to the temple.
Koudelka, Edward, you both must go now. It is my friend that is apparently responsible for this disturbance, and therefore I am partially responsible for this trouble. I have no intention of asking for your sympathy, and I'm in no position to plead for your help. So from this point forward, I can manage on my own.
Don't kid yourself. We didn't come along just for your sake.
No, Koudelka, you should go back now. It'll be far too dangerous.
Edward, you're the one who should go home. You were not meant for this world. Granted, you are a good fighter, having had plenty of experience, and I won't deny the fact that you have the killer instinct either. But when all is said and done, you are an average Joe. I am not. I was meant to exist in this realm. It's the only place I can carve out an existence for myself.
Quit lecturing me. I want no part of a lukewarm existence filled with regret. No. My way is to not worry about consequences, and to do whatever it is I want to do. Chance means nothing to me. Life's a gamble, and once you place your bet, you'd better play to win, or else you end up dead.
Edward, you really are ridiculous.
That's what they tell me.
Do as you like.
That I will.
Oh, suddenly when you feel like it, you decide when you can and cannot open doors?
Wait, there's a way. Remember when we were searching Patrick's mansion? There was various chemicals around. It may take some time, but I think I can combine the chemicals to make nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerin?
That's great. We're talking powerful explosives here.
For this door, I think we'll need a full flask. Indeed, if I drop the flask before I return, I'll be knocking on heaven's door in a flash.
I go, and it is done. The bell invites me.
Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or hell.
Please insert a disc 4. Yeah, it's super easy on emulator. Takes less time than an actually person. Because I don't have to wait for it to spin down or stop spinning. Okay, so we need to go to a lab and get the explosives, I think. So now we're on disc 4. This might change what we can encounter out here as well. Okay, so what we need here... Oh, I think we might already have the stuff for this, don't we? Finding the pendant. Okay, be warned. Although you can return for the pendant if you happen to have gotten past this point. Once you get to disc 4 and use the key item, Daniel's arm, you cannot return here. Daniel's arm? There's disc 2. There's disc 3. Okay. Party still at the large door. Following the previous scene, return to Patrick's quarters. Okay, so that should be pretty easy. And walk back to the acid tank. We already did that. Large door in the basement building in the inner grounds cannot be opened, so there's no shortcut. Instead, go through the right-hand door from the ground floor of the mansion. What? Okay, this is not very descriptive. We're gonna just fight some things and go back to Patrick's quarters. We already did the acid tank. So, if you remember, the large door in the basement of the building in the inner grounds cannot be opened, so there's no shortcut. What? I don't even know where it's talking about. That's just, like, really ambiguous sounding. But either way, we're fine. And I need to move that over just a little bit so I can see chat. Yes, I have the guide open right now, just in case, because I'm not entirely sure where to get the things that I need for this. I have noticed as we get further in, it's a lot more ambiguous about what direction it wants you to go. So let's go ahead and we will do... We'll keep leveling up Geyser. And you get leveling up... Do we really want to, like, bother fortifying anything, or do we just want to go ham? I think we go... You know what? We'll level up Geyser on him as well. Why not? Although there have been more enemies that absorb that than anything else. And yeah, you just choppy chop. This might kill it. No, it didn't. Okay. I probably should get him back on fists. Just only use the sword whenever we're going against a big fight. In fact, I think I'll do that. He's gonna do more damage with fists anyway. This is just good for keeping him alive in the middle of a particularly gnarly fight. As you noticed, it only dealt 50 damage to the gargoyle. But yeah, the stats that the guide had listed for dealing with the gargoyle was hundreds in each stat, not dozens like we currently are. Oh no, it's casting something. Oh darn, 1 damage. I think those are supposed to be scary. They're really not. Weapon. Go back to barehanded. I think we have the iron crossbow. I could be misremembering. I think we got it from that last boss that was a complete pain in the ass. Magic, geyser. But I think we are strong enough to get through the rest of the game. Because so far, it hasn't been terribly unfair for the main path. I think the only unfair fight that we've had has been the last fight, which was just bad mechanics, and the gargoyle. Because the dolls were just a grinding spot. Well, the twins, dolls, whatever you want to call them. We want bread and elixirs. We do want the elixirs. We don't want the bread. Can I move? Thank you. It wasn't letting me move for a second there. I was pressing down and nothing was happening. Okay, so there's our door up. So yeah, this is going to be to the lab. I hate that there's no shortcuts to anywhere right now. That would save a lot on this backtracking. I don't know I mean, I understand from like an atmospheric perspective why there's so much backtracking, but it does put a barrier. Okay, James has decided to remain in the laboratory in order to mix nitroglycerin.
I'm going to begin my work. Can you two wait for me here?
I think the cutscene just glitched. There we go.
And then, what happened to the girl Melanie?
She was gone the next morning. She left with practically everything in the room.
You don't have much luck with women, do you?
Well, you know what they say. The cleanest breakup is when a woman runs out on you.
What else is her statement? Oh, but you're lucky. I mean, to have so many people to kid around with. For me, I'm all alone. I've been all alone all my life.
What about your childhood?
Yes, I did have a childhood. I was born in a small town in Wales, right off the banks of the Taliesin River. It was a small gypsy town.
Gypsy?
That's right, gypsy. And we didn't call ourselves gypsy. We called ourselves Rom. See, a true gypsy is born under the blue sky and is destined to die under the same blue sky. It's gypsy law.
So then I guess you plan on dying underneath the blue skies.
Every gypsy is given a name at birth. My given name was Slato.
Slato? Mm-hmm. It's got a strange resonance to that name. What does it mean?
I can't tell you.
That too must be part of the law.
The law it is.
You know, ever since I met you, enigmatic, mysterious glint in your eyes. Man, it must be the gypsy in you. A glance from thy soul-searching eye can raise with hope, depress with fear.
Byron again?
Yeah.
You must really like him, don't you?
Yes. So I feel as though we're birds of a feather.
Then he must be self-obsessed as well.
I'd rather be classified as a romantic. My father was a strict man and couldn't forgive his son for failing academically. He blamed my failure on the time I wasted inventing adventures, dreaming of a utopian landscape. I was brought up to believe that dreams, the power of the imagination, as well as all the things I loved as a child, were useless, a complete waste of time. It was as if he was telling me I was useless. And then again, it may be just that. I think I was probably born too late. By the time I was 15, everything there was to be done had already been done. The Western territories were colonized. The jungles had been explored. There was no wilderness for me to wander into. No jungles for me to cut my way through. I guess that's how I ended up roaming the country. And granted, I picked a few fights along the way, played with fire, gambled on my life a few times. But none of that comes close to the truth I'm searching for. I yearn for something far greater. I can't quite explain myself, but it's as though I'm on a quest for some intangible treasure of sorts. Koudelka, I envy you. You have psychic powers that few are blessed with. Being born a gypsy, you can choose to live how you wish.
And who gave you the right to act as if you figured me out? Do you have any idea how I was raised? You make me laugh. Adventures. Please, you haven't the slightest clue. Do you have any idea how much pain my psychic powers have brought me? My father died when I was only a child. I predicted the exact time, place, and ending of my father's life. Imagine that, predicting your own father's death. No, I was cursed as a child, being given powers not meant for a child. And my mother, oh, she was so frightened and so full of hatred for me. She tried to kill me with her very hands. The gypsy elders got together and decided to excommunicate me. I was only 9 then. Do you have any idea how a 9-year-old child survives without the help of a living soul? Treasures, you must be joking. Have you ever cried and begged for your next meal? Did you ever sell your body, seeking shelter from the frigid night air? I used to be just like Charlotte. When she cried and said, "No one has ever loved me." Oh, her words cut straight through me. It was me she was talking about. Just like her, I wish that everybody would die and harbored a hatred for all mankind. But you see, Charlotte has made her peace and gone to heaven. Me, I'm still alive and still all alone. No one has ever lent a helping hand. No one.
Koudelka, you?
I am not as free as you make me out to be. I am a poor, dirty, ignorant woman who threw her gypsy pride to the dogs in order to live. But you see, even someone like me can do good. Because with my powers, I can help ease the pain of others. That's when I feel good about living. I don't need to be loved. I just want my life to have some meaning. And just want someone to tell me they need me. You. No way will you ever understand.
It's done. It's completed.
She doesn't hold her liquor very well. How's it going, Missy? James finishes work. You got nitroglycerin. Although we didn't get to go do the part of... I'm going to show this path just for the sake of the archive. Because it did mention that there's a backtracking path as I'm reading a little bit further into it. We actually have a path to get back to where the acid is here rather than doing the long walk we did last time. So I am going to show that off real quick. And we can also get what is supposedly some dark humor according to the little bit of a guide I was glancing at to figure out where it wanted me to go next. Apparently just up the stairs was good enough, so that's fine. I think this is the path we want to go. But this should give us a shortcut. Wow, I can speak today. Back to the twins. And it's going to be a bunch of easy fights. Because I think, looking at estimates, I think we are over-leveled. Because for the gargoyle fight topic, their test runs were in the 20s. And the grind one was in the 50s, I believe. That was actually functional. So, let's go with Geyser to level it up. We do Punch McGee. So what kind of... Have you played through Koudelka a few times, or is it just one that you've played a little bit of? Missy. Action, magic. Yeah, level Geyser up. Because you're a big fan of Shadowheart, so you had to play this more than a few times. Ah. Yeah, Shadowheart's also a series that I'm a little bit more experienced with. I haven't beaten it. I made sure the discs worked for it whenever I was collecting games still. Oh, and that guy absorbs water. Cool, so that means we're going to be wasting water. We get to punch him to death. It's fine. These guys are all low level. So, what do we want to do? Megalith, I guess? Do I bother? Yeah, I'll go ahead and punch him. We're already level 3 punch, so... Yeah, I like the Shadowheart wheel system. And I am looking forward to doing those as a series on here as well. I'm probably going to be taking breaks between them. That's what I do with most of the series. I'll do a game in the series, and then I'll do another game on the side for a little bit. Do we want to get up to 5,000 on you? Or do we want to get some more piety so you don't just immediately crumple under spells? Panaceas are always welcome. Panaceas and elixirs are what I want. Kara and I have similar tastes. It's just, I am an old as dirt man, so I enjoy my nostalgia a bit more. Oh, we can't actually open this door. What? We're not going to bother with it then. The guide said that you can open that door and get in there. And thank you. I absolutely hate my voice, but I think that's just normal for most people, because what you hear in your head is so different from what people hear outside of it. That's one of the things that whenever I'm helping people... Did I just freeze? I think, yeah, the emulator just froze. Well, that sucks. Probably should. Did I save? Oh, we didn't save before the cutscene. I mean, after the cutscene. Crap. I will skip the cutscene this time, because we've already seen it. That's kind of weird that the emulator froze there. That is the only technical issue we've had with the emulator that wasn't my own damn fault. And yes, I am a big proponent of emulators, just because it makes recording and streaming these so much easier. I will do original hardware if there's major glitches, though. So that is something that is worth noting. I do have the stuff to record from PS1 and PS2. I just... yeah. Action, magic. I'm gonna go with Geyser. I would chat more on Kare's server whenever he's doing... Right now, I think he's actually doing voice chat. Yeah, with some people. He was streaming, I believe. It looked kind of like either Warframe or something else just a bit ago. I would chat on those, but usually my voice is exhausted after streaming and recording stuff. Yeah, for anyone starting YouTube, I usually just say, it's okay to hate your voice. That is perfectly normal, because you are not used to hearing it. Okay, you punch him around. Please do not knock him back. So hopefully your day is going all right, Missy. And yes, I am aware that we are just brutalizing some of these guys. I miss playing games like this whenever they first released. 8 a.m. just woke up? Ah. You're in a similar time zone to me. I usually have to wake up at 3 a.m. though. Yes, we want both of those. And I still need her to level up her healing. She's currently at halfway through level 2. Ah. I am from the US, but I have high desires to expatriate. I know that's going to get me some flack for some of my viewers, because unfortunately covering retro games... Wait a minute. Oh, did we not go over to... we have 2 cutscenes to skip. We have to skip this one, because that's going to be into... We didn't save after swapping discs. So we'll skip 2 cutscenes. Yeah, if I had the resources, I would totally... I would absolutely swap over to being either Canadian or German or possibly Irish. Irish is, unfortunately, the paperwork isn't there for the Irish end of things for me. So I can't do it that way. I could have, but my biological father passed before he got himself onto my birth certificate. So why is it locking up all of a sudden? Am I going to... Here, I'm going to relaunch this and hope it stops buggering up. We've gotten through the first 3 discs, no problem. And now it's just like, nah, we don't like you. Maybe don't be running during those? It was working perfectly fine for 2 whole days. without a single glitch. Do I bother fighting these guys? I think I might just try to escape. We'll do our first run away from battle. Other than mandatory runs. And I don't have a way to transfer this save to a... So there's that. There we go. So I need to be careful not to run through screen transitions or something. Although it seems to be working fine now. The other place I would consider would be the UK, but they're currently struggling with a lot of things the US is. Because they have a fairly conservative party that's trying to dismantle most of their stuff for developing a fairly reasonable society.
Begin my work. Can you two wait for me here?
Yeah, there's a glitch there. Maybe my disc 4 scan is messed up. I'm not sure. I could rescan it. I'd have to hook the DVD, external DVD thing back up, but that wouldn't be terribly hard to do. Okay, so there's the save, just in case. So we have all that skipped. I'm not thinking disc 4 is particularly long. I have a feeling it's going to be... Because we're going to essentially be limited to that last area, if I'm thinking correct. And I don't know if I'm actually going to mention these lockups on the emulator whenever we go to do the nostalgia bait for this. Because that's mostly just the fault of my hardware. That's not the fault of the game, because I have never had any problems when testing the game. Of course, I didn't test my 4th disc. Other than to make sure that it loaded up and said, hey, you need to put in disc 1. Geyser. I think this guy might absorb water, but if he doesn't, he's dead. And we'll go flare with you just to mix things up. And all except for particularly tough bosses, I really like having this 1 tank, 2 caster setup. Murder is our friend. I still find it ridiculous that melee weapons are the best caster weapons. Let's boost our intelligence with a giant mace. No, we don't want the glaive. We probably should check those to see if they have better magic stats, but can't be bothered. And I do need to swap him off of Life Drinker back to barehanded. And yes, I'm going to be paranoid saving due to those lockups. Because for some reason, it's not the actual emulator that's freezing. It's the game. As is evident by being able to quick load. In we go with our explosives. Would you like to use nitroglycerin? Abso-frickin-lutely. Much shorter cutscene, but still a cutscene. I'm still boggled as to why this is 4 discs. I do think there's something about all of it actually being... all of the stages being on all the discs, that would explain it.
It's amazing.
life. Okay. What do we actually have in here? I'm not going to use the quick saves in the actual game. We have that as a backup just in case, but... think up? Because I don't think we can walk across the spiny little thorny things. See a pipe organ with runes carved into the keys. Only 4 keys can be pressed. The runes on these keys read people, secret, pain, and light. Oh, we had this clue. I'm forgetting what it was. I affirm that the runes are people, secret, yeah, we had the old letter. So we do secret, pain, people, light. And we have already gotten all of the lore and stuff. Well, we're going to have to do that again. I have a feeling this is going to be a lot of reloading for some reason, which is a little bit more jank than usual, but I think we'll be okay. And that is the second set of stairs where it has actually allowed us to not essentially take them without having to press the action button, which makes me kind of intrigued. We get to hear the lovely note again. Yes, I'm going to quick save after the note. But yeah, probably the plan is cover this, do a few kind of standalone, some more variety hours, and then I'll probably actually either go straight into the next shadow, and we got it again. Gosh darn it. Wait for the noises to stop. Everything is good. We might be able to beat the game. I don't know what we changed. I think reloading the BIOS might have actually helped. But we basically had an issue. And those of you who are watching the VOD, I've already probably mentioned the issue. But where we were freezing. Tree of Life has stopped. Looking beyond the stained glass, you see a sheer cliff rising from the ocean. Interesting. And no, we're not going to fight the gargoyle. But how is your day going, Ice? It only took an hour and a half to get, I think, 20 minutes of footage.
Are you sure? Let's proceed. Saint Daniel Scodius, protect us from these evil spirits and grant us inner strength. Amen. Thou, who were created and born out of dust, now go quietly and return to thy Maker!
We are Koudelka-ing. Put you in command, lady. Well, I mean, she is the smartest one of the bunch, although none of them are particularly the wisest. That seems like the obvious way up. Every screen transition makes me nervous. Yeah, none of them are the like completely inept. It's just they make weird decisions is my only issue with their intelligence. Like Edward shooting the thief in the face just arbitrarily because can't have a fourth party member. Okay, Koudelka, magic, Blair. These guys seem like they might be prone to fire. I don't know. Let's see how prone they are to fist. I mean, if you only use fist once, of course it's not going to be super prone to it. That bothers you every time? Yeah. Oh no, 26 damage! Man, I love that she has high piety. Piety. They can walk. The vines can walk. I'm so glad they like her talking her. At least your fist won't break, exactly. I believe this guy, but I shoot him anyways. Yeah, I'm using fists on Edward. I prefer them targeting Koudelka with the spells, because she just doesn't take damage from it at all. Oh, she's also the only one that can heal herself through all of it as well. So fire, somewhat effective. Doesn't actually kill them. Just wait. And they are resistant to earth. Okay. I'm assuming whenever we get miss, it's just going to be nullified damage. I don't think we have an issue of these guys being... Ow. Yeah, we're going to need to heal your ass. Provided you don't die right now. He might die right now. Please don't... God dang it. Okay, magic. Get this one off of him. It's not dead? Oh, I was about to say, it changed its animation and didn't die? You jerk. Okay, I don't mind that casting spells. Can I have Koudelka's turn? Nope, they're going to just keep moving forward. I'm sorry, Edward, you just don't get to fight this fight. The fact that you took way too much damage early on just means you don't get to exist anymore. These things are freaking fast, and they do a ton of damage despite us having high vitality. Okay, Flare on this one will kill it. I don't think he kills Koudelka in a hit, even though I don't know why she takes so much damage still. I think she has higher vitality than even Edward. Yet she takes more physical damage than him. Very strange to me. I wonder if there's some kind of penalty to your durability by raising piety. Or piety. She's at 51 vitality. No, wait. Edward might be slightly higher. Let's go ahead and get you up a little bit there. Get you some more vitality as well. Dex idols. I mean, sure, we'll get those. I don't know what they are. I have a feeling they're permanent buffs. Like the nuts and stuff and other ones. So tool. Raises the owner's dexterity. Use on... We're actually going to use those on Edward. And then we will use the int one on Koudelka. Over 4,500 health in one heal. And now he's oddly enough behind everyone. So he doesn't... We sometimes get XP whenever they are dead, and sometimes we don't. I'm not sure what the differentiating reason is, other than maybe, possibly, there being some kind of... other feature involved in it. Go up the stairs, please. I'm trying to use the stairs. You know what? Sure. We're on disc 4. I already somewhat know how the ending goes on this, so a little bit of spoiler advice on things I might miss is fine. Let's go with Blair. See if that works. Some magic. You punch him. And when you level up, all you're getting is vitality, my boy. You need to tank better. Save on the next temporary save point? Okay. I do find it slightly concerning that her magic is not killing things. So I think I might need higher... Oh! And they are immune to air. Gosh darn it. The one spell he trained on, and they're immune... Jesus. And they're immune to it. Enemies are definitely tougher now than they were in the previous areas. Maybe I should have gotten up to 50. As far as healing items, we don't have a ton. And I don't want to use up my elixirs. Oh, and we had gotten 2 elixirs before all the locking up happened. So yeah, we're down to 3 again. Ugh. I guess you just punch. He's gonna get killed again, isn't he? Yep. I need you to not die for like half a minute there, bud. Because you are causing me stress by the fact that you cannot seem to do your sole job. There, little buddy. Oh, I can't revive him because that thing's not dead yet. So you're just going to move this way. And cast fire on this guy. Sorry if I'm slightly distracted. I'm trying to like make sure things are not going to be completely busted. And he's probably not going to get XP on this one, so I'm never going to get him leveled up. So we just need to double flame them starting out. And I have a feeling we're going to be getting a lot of levels up on the characters that don't die. I might even start just leaving him in the back. Because he's now 2 levels behind from dying. Go up the stairs, please. So next temp save area we want to save. Okay. Okay. What is that? That feels like it's going to drop the ally whenever it dies. You're gonna move that way. We just need you to live. Oh, that's Patrick? Patrick is a normal enemy now? And yes, I am just trying to nuke these down so that Edward does not get overrun. I'm hoping it has the same HP as normal ones. Because I just need him to get levels up so he can increase his vitality. Patrick just happens to be tangled in his vines. Yep. Move, go up there and punch Patrick. And he's also not getting his 3 attacks very often anymore either. Oh, that was a string from my sock. Okay. Magic, flare. I guess we should have leveled flare from the very beginning on Priest Guy here. 900 damage. Nice. Poor Patrick. He was never the star he wanted to be. Yeah, that's one advantage to... Oh, one disadvantage. Watching this stream instead of just having me in chat like on Cares is... You have to deal with my puns being channeled directly into your ears. There's our 3rd attack. We only do a little bit of damage, unfortunately. Jesus. Okay. I'm hoping this flare kills him. We're going to have James over here do a heal, though. Are you kidding me? How much speed does this fucker have? We have 30. I suppose we should have gotten higher, but good lord. Now he's blocked us off from being able to get our guy back up. Because, you know, that's fun. That's the only thing I really don't like about this kind of setup. is that now I can't revive him. It robs me of the ability to revive him for the entire fight. He's not going to get any XP. It's just mind-numbing. Can you please move back so I can revive my guy, please? Reflect. No. Is straight flare again. Because I don't want to use the nuts until we have an actual boss fight. I'm going to probably have to put Edward into the back line just so he levels up. We were having 0 problems with him dying before this, so this is an awkward difficulty spike. Yep, we'll take those. It's the closest thing to a level up he's going to be getting. Okay, items. Not weapons. Tools. Luck idol. Use on Koudelka. Items. Tools. Dex idol. Use on Edward. I might have to do a little bit of grinding here. Not that it's a huge issue if I do, it's just one of those things. I'm used to PS1 RPGs pulling this nonsense, though, where it's like, oh, you've just gotten to the point of no return. We're going to up the difficulty by, like, 3 times? Looks like... Nope, that's not an item. Looks like this is a way in. So this is a save spot. You said to save here. We're not saving it over the previous save. In fact, we're doing a new one. Yeah, let's go with that one. We have the 10:39:34, which is just 30 seconds before the other one. Sorry if I'm holding my breath a little bit. Before heading further, discard the pendant. Would we actually have a hint to do that? I'm slightly curious what happens if I don't. Let's see, I'm gonna open that up. What happens if we don't discard it? There's a hidden permanent save point before you climb up to floor 4. Turn to face the church building with Koudelka standing just to the right of the lower flame-filled window. Before you do, climb up and reach the higher steps that take you up to the next floor. Press X, you'll climb up and face the church to find a familiar and welcoming message about shining in sacred light. Okay, there's also supposedly save spot over here somewhere. Oh, we can't actually hop down. Oh, yeah, we can. There we go. Wasn't letting me hop down. And also, I want a few more fights before we go into that. Because if this is an indicator of what the boss is going to be like, we're going to need it. Oh, that's not too bad of damage. He might get a level now. Let's go Flare. He can survive a couple of those hits. And actually dish out some. Okay, Flare on you. We'll just level up Flare on you. Flareon, yes. Oh, they are... That is fire resistant. Great. I wish it would make up its mind as to what resistance the enemies have. Because, yes, I get that it's slightly pink, but we've had pink enemies that would absorb freaking water before. So color has not been a good indicator. It's just a matter of... You get to memorize it, I guess. How many turns do you get, my little shit biscuit? Let's go with Geyser, then. Since you are resistant to fire, you're probably weak to water. Watch it be immune to magic or something. I mean, he's done okay damage to it with the punches. These guys are worth quite a bit more XP than the ones that were in the previous area. Yeah, weak versus water. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it's things are weak versus fire, things are weak versus water, considering the previous dialogues. Koudelka leveled up. More vitality. Girdle sword? It's not very descriptive as to where the extra save point is going to be. I think I see it. No, I don't. We'll do a little bit of grinding here, but not a lot. Because we've already wasted, what, an hour doing tech support stuff. Okay, so. Save again if you do some grinding. Never seen that drop before? Oh. I suppose I could have taken it. He's not terrible with swords. He's just not really doing a lot with it. Although that regular crossbow looks kind of promising. Although he's not skilled in crossbows. Okay, we have a quick save out here. We're going in. And you said to drop the pendant. That means I have to unequip it from her. We'll go with the fire jewel for slightly better stats. Items, accessories, pendant, discard. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? Yep. Oh, if we had more luck on this fight, this might actually give us a chance at a cat claw. That was one thing that was recommended for the gargoyle. Yeah, cat's eye. That is an int-based weapon, as opposed to most of these, which are strength-based. And we have 40-something luck on Koudelka. Because I was curious if that reduced the amount of time she'd get silenced. We haven't been silenced since on her. So maybe there is something to it. And we did. Sweet. So that's an alternate weapon for her. And it even boosts our... Well, it doesn't boost our int, but boosts our agility, which is actually kind of nice, and we only lose 1 int for it. Yeah, I'm going to walk out of here and do a separate save. Because I only have the 1 save slot. Like, save state, that is. Ooh, a feeling of unease. And I forgot to press the triangle on that screen. Yeah. Gonna say that each time I go through, huh? Don't button mash Alzorath. We will save this on card slot 2. We'll sit. Why can't I save to those? I don't want to save over the previous one. I mean, either one's fine. There, we have a save. You can only have 1 temporary save per memory card? Okay. You feel a pulse. Previously steady, it suddenly picks up pace until it feels as though the plant will explode. Hello. That's what the pendant is for. Which means we don't get access to our... Okay, do I actually still have the pendant on this one, or do I have to load the game? Okay, I have the pendant. That is definitely an ending. That is definitely an ending. Melty, that reminds me of... Oh, Raiders of the Lost Ark. No, Holy Grail. Holy Grail is the one I'm thinking of, not Raiders of the Lost Ark. Where he chooses poorly. Okay. So unfortunately, we don't get the cat's claw unless we run across another cat by happenstance. I was half expecting that to be the cat. Got corpse exploders. And they are fast. If I had saved over the other one, if I had saved over my quick save, that would have sucked really bad. Okay, so we're gonna go with Flare. We'll go with Geyser on what's his face. Just to mix it up a little bit. It's not really an ending. I mean, it's a bad ending. It's cooler than some of the other game overs we've seen. Actually, we haven't really seen game overs, have we? Other than just losing in that very first fight against an inverted. I don't think we've really had many problems with stuff wiping our entire team. So fire is fine. This guy is going to move up and no, he's going to be casting spells. That's awesome sauce. It's a fancier game over than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be just like, oh, you get down to the final boss and nope, you don't get to exist anymore. I'm going to have you do Geyser and see if they absorb water or not, because they're red. Maybe they're weak versus water. You're going to do Flare. Final Fantasy VII vibes? It's kind of the same era. Oh, this is definitely more tactical than Final Fantasy VII. But yeah, it is 3 people sort of line up. It's a little bit closer to Final Fantasy Tactics. By the way, how's it going, Shinra? Congratulations on passing 20k kills. Yeah, I actually like positioning in battle, so doing fine. I'm doing pretty good. We're gonna probably beat this today. On your first ever playthrough, you didn't have the pendant on you. Oh, is there a way to actually even beat the game if you don't? Because that seems like it's just automatically going to kill you regardless of what you do. There is? Kind of anxious about driving your car in Zomboid might lure a lot of zombies. You just got a J ring. You have to find a random encounter cat that will drop it. Oh, they'll have the... Okay. That's kind of neat. So what's our new J ring? Worse. Just worse. You were quite pissed. I can imagine I would be too. But at least the option is there to get a replacement. I'm guessing this destroys the amulet. Now this is some Parasite Eve crap. Yeah, shoot the spider lady. The little squeal as she gets shot. Not like he shot a pig. How did this game go so unnoticed? If I remember correctly, it was kind of towards the end of the PS1's lifespan. I forget. It was released in 99 in Japan, but it was 2000 here in the States. PS2 was released in pretty much the same year as this being released in the US. So it was end of life. It ended up getting the successors. It's the predecessor to Shadow Hearts. Which is a cult classic RPG series. I'm on the fence as to whether I would say it's more or less popular than Lufia. Which, if you're curious, Lufia 1 and 2, easily two of my favorite JRPGs. And you also like Parasite Eve? Parasite Eve is a good game. We haven't covered that on the channel yet, but I did play it when I was younger. The last boss fight in Parasite Eve is complete bullshit, though. Just in case anyone wants to know my opinion on that. Saknoth? I have not heard of Saknoth. I'm gonna go look at that, see what it is. Saknoth. It's an SNK game? Oh, that's the company that publishes these, apparently. Yeah, I didn't know that was the dev's name. They formed from parting employees from Squaresoft. I can absolutely see that. You get reflect on him. And you get reflect on him. I have a feeling she's going to beat the living tar out of him, but we're going to try. Oh, this is probably a runaway battle. Most people still haven't even heard of Koudelka, but more people are familiar with Shadow Hearts. Just kind of like in passing. Oh, you can't escape. Okay, you just wait. I'm hoping she casts a spell rather than just kicking him in the face, but I think she's gonna kick him in the face. We dealt 1 damage! Okay, James, go ahead and give her reflect, because yours is cheaper. Most people learned of Shadowheart after the company death. Yes, that is an unfortunate reality. Okay, since you are our strongest, start with fire. Yeah, she apparently cannot be hurt by physical, so he's just useless. That, or she can't be hurt by his physical, at least. Okay, so there's some damage. So our magic damage will actually work on her. I just need to watch my reflect, I guess. Yeah, he can't hit her. We've tried a few times. We might need to get a stronger weapon, maybe? If she can't be hurt by Edward's physicals, she can't be hurt by physicals. I mean, at least not from our team. I think that might, yeah. Pushed her back. I think this is intended to drain our resources. It's giving me that feeling. And it's giving me that running away from the spider thing in Final Fantasy VIII vibe. Here comes her belch. They do have that, like, unnerving monster thing going on. Yeah, the only one she actually does damage to is Edward. Oh, she's... I'm guessing water now. Or do we go through each element or something? Or do you go through stages where you are... Oh, she can take damage from it. Okay, so he can hurt her now. Oh, she's trying to get away. You go for the heal on Mr. Edvard up there. Let's try Geyser before we give up on magic, just to see. And yes, I have elixirs in case we need them. I don't think we're going to, but I don't know if she gives XP or not. So water works on her now. So I'm guessing water's not going to work on her in the next fight. By the way, I actually really like the spider fight in Final Fantasy VIII. I think that's a really good way. My first encounter with it was in a tutorial. I mean, not a tutorial, demo. So it was essentially my tutorial for Final Fantasy VIII, rather than what it normally would be. So I found it a great way to learn the game because you get access to so many different pieces of the mechanics just by going through that. And I am not concerned about the poison. I am really surprised that she is weaker than the tendrils. Here comes hers. That's probably going to be 1,000 to Edward. Which means pretty much every 3 casts we need to cast a heal on him. That's doing way less damage. Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer. Yeah, he's not our strongest performer, but he is able to kind of stop her. And we can get away with one more. Unless she gets a crit and does 3,000 damage or something, I think we're fine. I still find that attack so disturbing. Little screech and a jump. I am appreciative that this is still the normal background for it. Okay, you get up there, punch. We'll get a heal on you next. Might even give you a nice fancy Koudelka heal. No, we're gonna do Geyser. You're gonna do heal. Because we don't want to burn through a crap ton of mana yet. And our high mana recovery items are still only 100. And can we cross 9,999, or does it cap out at that? You are going to come up here and hold him in place. So he stops getting knocked back. Because it does not hit James first. That 200 damage per go, yeah. Totally getting a lot of damage in there. Move to there. Want to just kind of get you pinned in this corner. You're actually going to heal yourself. I do think her design is pretty well done. What are you casting now? Oh, a leech. That's actually not that much. Much rather you do that than the big AoE. Because we can out-damage that pretty easy. Much easier to keep up with our healing from it. Now, I think I might be missing a little bit of a mechanic in this, just as a heads up. Because I don't know if we're supposed to do something to not get continual battles with her. I know, like the spider thing in Final Fantasy VIII, you're actually able to set up to not necessarily evade the fights, but push them back. You can even actually beat the spider before you get to the dock. But it's a royal pain in the ass. He's trying. I need a heal, please. You stick on Geyser. We're going to have James do the heal. James O'Flaherty. That's his name. James O'Flaherty ours. Yes, I am playing off the Hitchhiker's Guide guy's name. Why are you not dead yet? Good lord, you are burning through all of my mana. Maybe you're weak versus something else? She's doing the pee dance, which is kind of hilarious to me. Please, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. She's breaking over 100 damage on Koudelka, which has me mildly worried. You go for a heal on him first. This is a good way to level up spells, I guess. Can I look her at the same from now on? I mean, seriously, she's doing the little, I need to use the bathroom. Okay, you get up here with her. I don't think she's ever going to die. The way this is going just feels like she just has infinite life. Oh, now she's headbanging while doing the pee dance. I'm gonna have to heal and recover my stuff after this if we're not getting XP. If we are getting XP, we might see a level up. This is oddly enough would have been a good opportunity for them to have zone of damage instead of just hit all allies. Because that would have been a cool way to kind of have it so, oh, there's a reason to spread out because she hits 3 columns or something. But it doesn't, I don't think they do that with any enemies, do they? It is one thing you see a lot whenever you're dealing with tactical games. That is an awful noise you make. You know that? And I hate that her spell is faster than mine. I'm surprised she hasn't done a leech again, because she has got to be getting low on life. There she goes. Please give me XP for that. Tool, let's go ahead and get... We're up to 152. I feel like I am missing a mechanic here. Oh no, we got up to the top, okay. We have elixirs for the fight. Oh, here she come. Oh shit, she's a Metroid with spider legs. Question is, what is her final form? Because I'm pretty sure this is not it. Because I've seen screenshots of her in videos where she's kind of like in the tree. So I'm pretty sure this is not her final form. Flare. We have to go flare on it. See if that does damage because it's our strongest one. No physical damage. Ouch. Okay. That's not good. At least it hit. But ouch. I wonder if that counts as a spell or an attack. Okay, so we actually do damage with fire. So that's going to be her main go-to. We're going to rotate through and see which one actually does the most damage, though. Action, items. Do we go for a high potion, or do we actually have normal potions? Yes. Let's use those up first. That'll at least get him outside of one-shot range, I think. This is going to do a ton of damage to him. So I think that is a spell, judging by the fact that it damaged him less. Reflect on yourself. I think I moved there. Let's see if Geyser does more damage. That first one was 1,300. Second one is going to be what? And we need to cast it with her so we can kind of get an idea. Oh, here comes that one. That does damage back to her. Okay, so we have Reflect going. Reflect is going to be important in this fight. Same damage as before. I think we go for a high potion. I hate using it up, but that's going to be pretty much, I think, the only way we stay alive if she does another spell on. Only 1,500 from that? I should have farmed for elixirs. Who are you going to target? Please target Koudelka. Oh no, you're hitting everybody. Well, he did. As long as she doesn't move, we can get a revive on him, though. Come back to me, James! It's better than your healing, good lord. Go ahead and cast Reflect on yourself and see if it does anything. Question is, did it actually stick? It sometimes doesn't. It did. They cast a... Nope. You jackass. And they're going to move forward. Yep. Which is a total dick move, because I don't have any way to knock them back. Action. Magic. Flare. And yeah, I can't revive him because he's behind the enemies. Yeah, go ahead. We don't really have a good way to heal. I really don't like the positioning wall thing in this. That bothers me. It's a cool idea, but it doesn't feel like it ends up working very well for a few reasons. Hi, Listel. Go ahead and get it on her. I'm trying to think of what spell type might shove them back, but I don't think we have any. So I think if we have to repeat this fight, I might put Edward and James in front and have them split apart so that she has to move to him because she's a slow mover. We might still win this with James down. Depends on how aggressive she is with her normal attacks. That's not going to do a ton of damage to Koudelka. Yeah, only 1,200. That's actually not that terrible. Could try Megalith. Nope, that didn't shove her back either. He is not in a position to actually take the hits, so she's gonna have to just tank for it if possible. Fuck you, game. That's bullshit. That was 16,000 damage. Yeah, this difficulty spike is brutal. I should have done some... Oh, nope, she's dying. Or she's casting something. She's casting a heal. So basically, all the damage I've done to you is now completely negated. That's about 12 layers of bullshit. I was not expecting 16,000 damage. I'm sorry. Reflect on yourself. Please be casting on Koudelka, because she actually has Reflect up. Nope, she's casting on James. Thankfully, it didn't kill him. You gonna move? Do I get a turn before she does? If I don't, nope, I don't. I was gonna say, if I get a turn before she does, I can revive him, but... If she gets to move first, I can't. Because she just gets to move forward and do whatever she wants. You get to wait. Yeah, cast a spell on him. And then move back. Of course it wears out. Magic! Reflect on yourself because, you know, that can't last more than 5 turns. She's doing her heal again, by the way. I know that animation. Nothing I can do about it. She's not as bullshit as Wigglebutt Boss, but I am finding this frustrating. Yeah, you get to wait. I'm gonna wait until you go around the other side. I wish I could just command you to wait until she takes her turn. And then you're gonna use a nut on him. Although I think that restores MP as well. We might actually want to save those. Of course, I can't look at what they do in battle. You know what? We're gonna Roman nut him. I think it does restore MP as well, though. No, just HP. Okay. Oh, you move over here. Action item. We don't have any more mana recovery items other than the elixirs. Shit. I don't want to use the elixirs because I know this isn't the final fight. We might have to, though, because we are out of mana. I'm not sure what advantage getting high level reflect actually has. It doesn't feel like it lasts any longer. And Edward is dead again. We can't get on the offensive because she keeps killing our people. And our reflex keep going down. And everything else that's just like in my way here. Okay, action. Move. No damage! Why can you not hurt her? Why? What is preventing you from actually having functioning capabilities? I will use an elixir, because I don't have a choice. Otherwise, he's just useless. I really enjoyed this game. But the bosses are really making me annoyed. Let's go with Megalith while we still have mana on you. And you go with Tornado? Yeah, we only do 1500 damage of relatively high intelligence. Unless it's expecting me to be like twice this level. And that was the last of our mana, by the way. And it's going into a heal again. It's all it's doing now is healing, so we can't actually hurt it without running out of fucking mana. Oh, I hate this. I really am annoyed. Can we run away? You can't escape. No, we can't run away from this one. This is not an escapable boss fight. This is just a boss fight that we have no ability to win. Because she's out healing our damage, and we're just running out of mana. And we can't deal any physical damage to her, apparently. How am I supposed to beat this? Let's look at the guide and see if there's some hint as to how I'm actually supposed to fight this fight, because it feels just impossible without sitting here grinding for 3 years. That's the window. Koudelka, let's see. Boss Elaine B. Oh, this is the final form, I guess. Now this is clever. Blah, blah, blah. Attempt to let you figure out this one on your own. Let's say, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. I've already been trying to figure it out on my own. And then everyone else, only drawback of the strategy. You cannot heal someone who's been reflected except by using items. Over 4,000. No, she can inflict 1,600 damage. Is there... Flex status when it wears off. She moves forward. She changes weapons to the Sacknoth or Life Drinker. We can't do any physical damage, so that doesn't work. I don't have a way to kill her. I might send someone up just to die to her so I can use the nut on them to get their MP up. And it says their Life Drinker was doing 100 damage. Sorry for getting salty about it. I'm just going to continue on. So we have 8 nuts. Edward, go ahead and just move this way. You can't do anything. You're absolutely useless. You're literally our nut drop. And fucking Christ almighty. Well, that was a new spell. I hadn't seen that one before. Magic. Reflect on yourself? So I'm going to need to move you up there so you can die so I can restore your mana. We're going to go with a geyser. And you reflect on yourself. There's her heal. She's out healing any damage I can do, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I thought we had plenty of stats because previously in the game, nothing was proving a threat to us. I do actually prefer that. Because that damages her. I think she's into her saggy stage. I don't know how much life she has. It is sad that we have more nuts than freaking elixirs at this point as well. There's the heal. And she never casts enough spells in a row to keep her heal from getting her back to full life. So I don't understand how that strategy is supposed to work. Let's go for Megalith. I'm just confused. I don't know if there's a way for us to actually beat this. I want her to kill Koudelka, which requires her to do her stabby stabs. Because Koudelka's not going to go down super quick to this. And he only does 653. Go ahead and high potion yourself. His job is going to be wait for her to go down and use the Roman nut on her. You cast Reflect on him. You swap over to freaking crossbow. See if you can do some damage with that. Life Drinker wasn't enough. Crossbow's going to be higher strength, so it might work. Oh, this might kill him anyway. Okay, so she's down. He's going to move this way. Please do not get a free attack on him, otherwise we are just boned and we're going to have to try again. Please give him a turn. Action. Items. Roman nut. Her. So that's supposed to restore her mana as well. You go for a Reflect on yourself, now that you have max mana again. So we are basically sacrificing people to restore their mana. That's ridiculous. I have a feeling we might end up winning this in the same way we won the fight against Chingus McDingus back there. The shaky boy. Okay, 1500 with that. That's a good start. You'll have to do it every other turn, but that's a good start. That's at least some damage. You go for Geyser, I think. Are you really going for a heal? No, you're... Yeah, you're going for a heal. Oh, for God's sake. What happens if I cast Reflect on her and she tries to cast her heal? Does that reflect onto me? Let's go for... I'm going to go for Tornado because it's cheap. I think our nut strategy is going to be the strategy. I thought this was second to last boss because I seem to remember there being a cinematic where she's part of a tree. I think we all have reflect up, so this should do some decent damage to her. Without hurting us. Reflect back on yourself. I'm glad that I saved ammo. Really glad that I saved ammo. Difficulty curves are actually really hard to do in games, by the way, because you can't really, especially RPGs where you have the ability of the characters to be adapted to however people want to play. So it might just be my particular build-up was not ideal for this, or I didn't grind enough. We got her! Somehow. Was that actually the final form? I don't, for some reason, I don't think that was the final form.
I have seen the most interesting happenings. It would be a waste to go back to sleep just yet.
Hey, Koudelka. I wonder what she was about to say.
Dead people don't speak. It's just in your memories.
Huh? Is that how you explain what we just saw?
I guess.
Memories. Somebody told me that after a loved one's death, all we have is memories. In these, we maintain an eternal bond with the dead.
I'm just wondering why Edward wasn't able to do any damage without the crossbow. Oh, we did actually beat the game. Okay. I guess I did too much grind. Oh, we have got laughing in the background. Lose the battle as it is intended? We're supposed to lose that one? I'm gonna let it go through the credits first, and then we'll quick load to it. We should be relatively close to that final battle. I think the designers at least deserve the credit roll. And sorry for the little glitching at the top. That's actually from emulation. Unlike Super Nintendo, where some of the games you actually have glitching on the side, and that's intentional just to handle the loading of scenes. Like, well, actually, no, it'd be NES, because it's Super Mario Bros. 3. And I like this music, but I have to talk over it a little bit, otherwise... I think I have a quick save in the tower as we're running from her. I don't know if it's before the very final fight. But I didn't quick save during the fight, so no. It's not right there. We can skip the cutscenes. We know what she's weak to in each of her stages. So we can kind of go in there and get the intended ending. I have a feeling it's going to be another one of those, oh, drop the pendant endings. But I could be wrong. There's Saknoth. Unequipping everything helps you lose, by the way. And yeah, we should still have enough time today to do a run of Nordholm as well. So we'll be doing that after this. Hey, they did have mocap. I thought it felt kind of like they did on some of the scenes, because they were a little bit more expressive with their gestures. Is there a way to like speed up through these? I don't think so. Oh, it keeps teasing me because it's like, oh, here's a large black gap. That means it's the end of the no. In Air Studio. Oh wow. Jeff Foster. Why does that name? I might be thinking of no. Jeff Foster sounds familiar. I think I might have seen his name in another game. And we're into the songs. Ubi caritas et amor. I assume that's what this song is. And is it going to tease me again? Yep, localization. I will go ahead and we'll quick load. Yeah, it was when she was catching up to us, so we just need to do fire damage with these. I assume the one we're supposed to lose is the one at the very top. My name's Charlotte. That's a brutal opener. Now, the question is, did I save before the water one or before the fire one? We're about to find out. I'm going to go flare first. We'll have her do geyser. Charlotte is very creepy. This is also another way to find out which one we're on. Can he hit her? Yes, this is the ice one. You can check the map. I don't even know how to see the map. We've done this without mappage. Just keep kicking the crap out of her. Yeah, this is the battle that we need to get past for sure. So we just have to kill this one and then we're on to the final boss. So I'm just going to chew on her with spells. I don't care if Edward dies. That'd make the next fight easier. I don't think she'll kill him with even her AoE right now. Because I think it does about 1,000. I am always confused by games that do have intentional deaths. Like, Lufia does it as well. It does it super early on. So if there's a few games that do it later as well, later on it feels less expected for me, just because, you know, I'm kind of used to those being early on to demonstrate, hey, this thing is super powerful. It's usually a lead up to having you fight them later. And another thing she does here, I know I mentioned her pee-pee dance before. Whenever she's about to cast that, for some reason, it always makes me think of a cat currently getting a hairball. She does the little arching of the back thing. And yes, we are going for a loss on that last fight on this. Just to see what that ending looks like. I'm just trying to rush through this one. I suppose I could let the game run and fast forward. That'd make the animations go quicker. Goodbye, James. Sorry, Edward. It ain't James. I'm really surprised she's not dead yet. Because we have done a pretty decent amount of damage to her. If we lose on this fight, that's going to be ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure she moved forward just so we couldn't resurrect him. That also sucks. She can't stop on him. But she can go through him like that. Oh, she's doing the dance, and she's headbanging. We must be getting close. Watch it lock up during the last cinematic. Oh, she's running away. And we're not even going to heal between the fights. I think James is actually getting close to death, so we might have to heal him in this fight. If she doesn't kill her soon. Come on. Game, please. Yeah, he's about 2 casts, maybe 3 from death. There she goes. Okay, let's go see what happens when we die. Because you're saying there is a different ending. I'm content with them crying on the roof. Is there a map? I pressed all the buttons and it doesn't show one. Oh, derp. Damn. I think we actually got most things. I had not used this the entire time, so I didn't even think about it. Not that these would have been particularly useful for me. Anyway, back up we go. We will probably die as soon as this starts. Because she'll open up with a big AoE and kill us all. Just calling it now. That, or the game's going to be a dick and have to kill us one at a time. Because I know James and Edward should die to the first attack. I don't think Koudelka will. She's going to dismantle us one by one. Here, go up there and get next to her. You go up and give her a hug. Can I cast Flare on my own people? No. Can't cast offensive spells on my own people. Hopefully this is the AoE and not the single target one. Yeah, it's the AoE. Yeah, not quite enough to kill Koudelka because she actually has pretty decent piety to start with. Go for it. There you go. Let's see what this other ending is.
Dear God, is this my fault? Do you blame me? Are you punishing me now because the path of my faith was tainted? I accept my fate. If it is your wish, then I accept my fate. He who has an ear, let him hear. If anyone is to go into captivity he will go. If anyone is to be killed with the sword he will be killed. I am what I am. I am content with my lot. I have always loved you, Elaine.
Let's go home, James. Let's go home. I have such fond memories of those days.
No! Flames are coming this way!
Don't be silly. There must be something we can do. We'll be fine. Trust me.
The reality is they weren't fine. They died.
In these crazy times, young people push themselves too much.
Ah, the sun came out. I prefer it a little hazier, though. Goodbye. We'll probably never see each other again.
Hey, your nickname. Slato? What does it mean? I haven't even asked you yet. Will you tell me?
It means treasure.
Oh, that's rich. I'll remember that. Treasure.
Is it okay, child, for you not to follow him?
Yeah, it's okay. I have a feeling that someday, somewhere, we'll meet again.
I'm not sure which ending I prefer. I'm kind of surprised that that one's behind losing, though. That one's canon? Okay. So you are supposed to lose that fight. It's not just a bullshit fight. I think overall I enjoyed the game. I do think the only boss that I absolutely without a doubt hated was the Wiggle boss. I don't even remember its name. It was the last shrine that we unlocked. But that one was, I didn't enjoy that fight. This fight was just, I felt like I was underleveled. Apostle's its name. The biblically accurate butthead is the only thing he's going to get called by me. But yeah, overall I enjoyed it. I will be doing not a game sampler. That's a whole different channel. I'll be probably doing a nostalgia bait on it. It will probably be after we start the Shadowheart series on the channel, so that'll be something to look forward to. I did intentionally play it without the upscaling. We could compare them as well if we wanted to. Not really feeling like it right now. Other than the technical issues I had on disc 4 with it keeping freezing, we didn't have it after fighting with it for an hour. I don't know what I changed to fix it, but works fine now. So, yeah. Definitely would recommend it if you were interested in anything about the story or anything like that in it. But we've scrolled through the credits so far now. I will probably do a separate recording where I just get all the credits. I assume there's not a post-credit video, because the credits are pretty long. But if there is, I'll include that in the VOD of this, and I'll record it off stream, so we're not sitting here for an hour and a half looking at credits. Music was good. Voice acting was good for the time. There are some upgrades that they could probably do in modern day, but they also didn't have access to most of modern day recording tech even. That has improved over the past 30 years. Well, 26 years. So, on that note, for those of you watching this on the VOD, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I'll see you guys next time. But for those of us on stream, I'm actually going to play another game for a little bit. So I need to switch over to that.